Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to do something a little different. Back to my roots, I should say, kind of, with some metal art. We're going to be playing with rebar today because Halloween's just around the corner. And I saw something, I can't remember what social media platform it was on, but it was like this spider made out of rebar with like a skull in the middle. And I'm like, man, that'd be cool. And I have all kinds of like scrap rebar laying around here that I got from various jobs and parts pieces and you name it. But anyway, whatever. Let me show you on the board what I'm talking about. Forgive my drawing, but check that out. So it's basically an 8-sided figure in the middle, so a hexagon made out of 2-inch pieces of rebar. And you could bend that, but I think we'll just take pieces and cut them and weld them together into that shape. And then we'll have our uppers and lowers of the legs for the spider. And it's gonna be, am I missing legs on that bad boy? I think I am. Anyway, it's going to be 3-inch and 4-inch, 3-inch and 4-inch, 3-inch and 4-inch. So basically, I forgot to draw a set, but it's 8 pieces of 2-inch we need, 8 pieces of 3-inch, and 8 pieces of 4-inch. It's going to give us that. Now, what's going to go in the middle is this spooky head skull. Let me show you. All right, now that my drawing session's over, check this out. The wife don't know it, but I stole this from her right out of the house tonight on the way down. This thing's gonna sit in the center of that hex, so it's gonna look like a walking head. And it's gonna be pretty badass. So let's get into it. As far as rebar size, I think I have some 1/2 and 3/8. It doesn't matter what you use. I'm gonna go ahead and get our pieces cut, 8 of each, 8 2-inch, 8 3-inch, and 8 4-inch. And then we'll lay it all out and get it welded. All right, first things first, I grabbed some scrap rebar. I think this is 1/2 inch. I'm gonna go ahead and just mark them, and none of this has to be exact. I mean, we're literally doing art here, guys. So I'll make a couple of marks at 4-inch. We'll cut our 4 inches first, and then we'll do our 3s and then our 2s. So I'm just gonna get all marked. I don't know if I'm gonna cut them with the bandsaw or I'm probably not the chop saw because I feel like you can't hang on to it really well. Yeah, those are pretty close to 4-inch. Yeah, I think. Why does that not look right? It just seems like it's not 4. It's 4 inches. Hey, everybody has their own view of 4 inches. All right, now that I told you all we were doing 8 pieces at 4-inch, 8 at 3, and 8 at 2, I changed my mind. We need the legs on the lower section, back to our drawing over there, to be longer. So I decided I'm gonna make those, and you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna make those 6 inches, and then the uppers on the legs 3 inches, and then the hex will do into 2 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how these cut on the bandsaw and go from there. Of course, safety first, yeah, safety glasses. Wouldn't want the safety police to get upset. So I don't know, I feel like it's not a fast method, but it's a method that works. I don't feel like taking the whole chop saw out just to cut a few of these, so it seems to be doing a pretty good job. Okay, so changed my mind again on the sizes. Final time, here it is. 8 pieces of 3-inch, 8 more pieces of 3-inch for the upper legs. That's the hex, so the body. The upper legs, lower legs are 6 inches. So we got basically 16 pieces of 3-inch now, 8 pieces of 6-inch rebar. And I guess you could do the math and figure out how much rebar you would need. But essentially, I think they sell it in 10-foot sticks like Lowe's, Home Depot. It's super cheap. Go ahead and buy yourself a stick. You can probably make a couple spiders out of it. But the next step, after I go ahead and grind the ends off so they're not sharp, is to form our 3-inch pieces into a stop sign, a hex. And as best we can by winging it, and then we're gonna tack those together. So let me get them ground down, we can start welding. All right, first things first, we're gonna build our stop sign or hex. So roughly, we are going to take our pieces, at least I think. Remember, I cut them bigger than I originally said, so they're 3-inch pieces. This is gonna be huge. Whew. Maybe 2-inch was the answer. Oh man. I don't know. How's this skull gonna sit? Um, I'm thinking, thinking I should have went back to 2 inches. Holy mackerel. Or a bigger skull. I don't know. You're right back. Yeah, I'm going back to 2 inches. I knew I should have said that and stuck with it instead of messing with you guys. Like 2 inches and we're 3 inches and we're 4 inches. We're all over the map. It doesn't matter. You could literally make anything you want. I happen to have the little skull I want to use. I think it'll fit better with a 2-inch hex. Nah, sorry. Here we go again. This time with a 2-inch-ish hex. So clearly shrunk it down a lot, but I think our head is gonna fit better on it, so it almost gonna disappear underneath the head. That makes sense? Like so. Ish, like, kind of like this. I mean, there's better ways to do this with an angle finder and the whole deal, but you know what? It's art, and it's gonna look cool, and that's what matters. So something like that. Like, man, every time I think I'm done, it's not quite done. All right, something like that, and then I think the head, oh yeah, much better. The head's gonna fit in there just nice, and then the legs. And I should mention the head is literally, like I said, styrofoam. My wife's, I think she got it. It probably comes from TJ Maxx or like, I don't know. It could be even the Dollar Tree. I don't know. She goes to a lot of those stores. Anyway, it wasn't expensive. It's not expensive. All right, so we got our hex tacked in. I'm gonna go ahead, ooh, it's a little warm, put gloves on and fully weld this thing. It's mostly a hex, just don't judge. And after I fully weld it, we'll get to welding the legs together, and then we assemble this bad boy. It's gonna look pretty cool, you wait. I can literally only find 2 right-hand gloves of my Harbor Freight gloves. So we just pulled these out of the cabinet, some freshies. These are Grease Monkey. They look like a decent quality glove, and they came from Martin's. So we're gonna run these here, see how we do with these. All right, gloves are a win. They're actually pretty comfortable. I feel like I should be driving like a sports car or something with these things. So this is really hot. Ooh, I'll let it cool. Now onto the legs. We take our other 3-inch pieces and our 6-inch pieces and basically weld them at a 90. That's right, a 90. So I have my little welding jig here that helps me hold things at a 90. You don't have to have that. You could use a square, you could eyeball it, whatever, it's art. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these legs tacked up, and then we can start putting them on the bottom. All right, guys, so basically now we have our 8 legs, okay? Not 6, we have 8 legs. And those are our 6-inch pieces, our 3-inch pieces, and then final answer, it's almost a hex, as you can see, almost. We went ahead, I actually melted, that was sitting on my welding pliers. Oh boy. And you can place these legs, basically how it's gonna go is they're gonna go like this. This would be it upside down. So I need to find something to set this on at the height I want, and then we're gonna go ahead and lay these legs out. But you can set them where you feel you want them. So I'm gonna get a block of wood or something and set that on there and kind of get a feel for where we want that height was. Yeah, it's still hot. Whew. All right, I found a wood wedge. I don't know, it's probably 2.5 inches or so off of the welding table here. And I figured I'm gonna put 4 legs, so I'll put like 1 here, 1 pretty much on that weld joint, another one on this weld joint, and then 1 right in front of that weld joint, and then repeat on the other side. So you have your legs like that, and then your skull's gonna sit in there like that, and this thing's gonna look badass in a few minutes. So basically, like I said, that's the height we want it, and then this is gonna sit like this. Can't get it to stay there, but basically like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these all tacked on all the way around and see what it looks like. There it is. That is our spider. I don't want to really set the head in there quite finally yet because I'm afraid it'll melt because it's so hot. But check that out. How badass is that going to look? Now, With that being said, I just happen to be a powder coat shop, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing in the sandblast cabinet, throw some cool color at it, then we can call it done. Let's do it. Drain a little water out. All right, we got our scat blast cabinet all fired up. She loaded the cabinet. Yeah, I need to change my lens on the booth, but it works for a spider. Move this out of the way. There. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dust this thing off. So we get some of that debris and rust and stuff off of it. Then we're gonna just quickly hit it with a powder coat color. I'm thinking like something silver and black, like a vein color, with that black head look sweet. All right, found the color right here, silver vein. If you haven't seen it before from Columbia Coatings, you're about to. This is a cool color. It's like a veiny black silver coating with that black skull. It's gonna look awesome. So we just dusted that in our sandblast cabinet. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a coat of that on there and put it in the oven at 375 for 15 minutes. We'll have our spider. Got a good coat on there. You want it actually a little thicker than normal because it's a vein coating, so it needs to be able to react and do its thing in the oven. You want to make sure you have a good coat on there. Not that this is a perfect piece. We're not priming it. We barely blasted it. I didn't exactly take a lot of time on it because, well, it's a decoration and it's art, but it's fun and it's Saturday night. What else would I be doing? I mean, really. All right, guys, we'll give this thing a few minutes. Once it comes up to temperature, can't really see in there very well. It's blasting, well, you know, burn powder coat on it. We'll check in with it in a few minutes. Get back with you. All right, well, that's in the oven. I want to talk about our next metal art project. Check this out. This is a Volkswagen engine block, 4-cylinder. This is going to be a high top table, and it's going to be kind of set up like that. It's going to be the engine block. Granted, this is all rough and literally just came out of the vehicle. And then the crankshaft, and then I'm going to do something coming off the crankshaft. And the ring gear is going to be the tabletop, and maybe even a bearing in there so it spins. I'm not even sure how fancy I want to get, but I'm excited to try. I'm excited to jump into this one and play around and see what we come up with, because that's the type of metal art I absolutely love. Because 100% out of your head, and that is just fun. It's straight up fun, and then being able to sell it afterward and have somebody appreciate it and really liked what you did is even better. All right, let's take a peek. It's been about, I don't know, 10 minutes. It's starting to, it should be flowed out now. I did some F-bomb bottle openers too, and you kind of see that textured look of that silver vein. The lighting's not great in here, and it's quite hot, so I'm not staying in here. Almost done. All right, here we go. Fresh out of the oven. I can barely touch it because it's so hot. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but silver vein. As soon as this cools, we'll set it up over there on the table with a skull in it, so you can take a real good look at it. All right, you ready? This thing, it came out awesome. I love it. Check that out. Absolutely killer. Look at that powder coat, that vein. I don't know if you can see it in the camera if it does it any justice, but it's absolutely on point. This thing is Halloween perfect, and it's easy to make. Let's recap. All right, to get this creepy crawler spider, plus one leg on each side, I don't know why, you need 8 2-inch pieces of rebar, 8 3-inch pieces, and 8 6-inch pieces in order to create exactly what we did. And yes, that's my Scripps Garage on, because, well, he motivates me. So, this is about what it would look like. That skull is just foam. You can literally get it at, I don't honestly know, I'd have to ask the wife. TJ Maxx, dollar store, they're cheap, but it is super cool. It's a great addition to whatever, your kitchen, a party, you name it. It's there. Thanks for watching. It was a blast. I like doing this stuff. Stay tuned. The table's coming at you next. Scout Flip and Customize.